Greetings everyone and a warm welcome. Hey, thank you guys for joining me for June's tarot readings for all the signs. This is just a general introduction to talk a little bit about how we are working for the month. So we're going to be using these three cards in front of you, three cards from each deck, and then one Keeper of the Light card at the end of the reading as well. Now, I have spent a bit of time with each independent sign working out some intuitive messages for you all, and you will each be delivered that at the beginning of your reading as well. I have chosen to use two fairy decks this time in the month's reading. I don't know why. There feels as though there needs to be a degree of warmth and positivity inspired into the readings. Greetings Gemini. Hey guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to your June reading for the month. Just briefly before we start, some of the messages I got for you were there's a possibility of an older person, an older man maybe in your life or around your life, and there's sometimes the energy of offers where he's concerned. So I'm not sure if this is personal or possibly work related or just even amongst friendships or around in your community. Also, water signs came into this as well, so people with the water sign energy. It also could be that they are supporting you or nurturing in one way or another. There's a possibility for that. They're very good listeners, these type of people as well. I also got the message of oceans, boats, water, the outdoors, and something that you love doing or something you're passionate about. So any of these issues or thoughts or things could be on your mind or could be part of your plans for the month of June. So let's see what's in store for you, Gemini. The first deck, these are the tarot deck using the fairy or elemental energies. They are a traditional tarot deck, so you will still get the same messages from them. Let's see what's in store for Gemini. A little bit of shuffling, and they're quite stiff, so it is a little bit noisy in the background. So I'm still wondering about noise for the month of June. There's plenty of it on the planet at the moment. Plenty of things wanting to be heard, seen and felt. The Four of Autumn, which is the Four of Pentacles. The Nine of Winter, which is the Nine of Swords. And the Prince of Winter, which is the Prince of Swords. Okay, let's see what else is in store for you with this deck, the Energy Oracle cards. This is for Gemini for June, and of course for a lot of you this is your birthday month, so happy birthday to all you Geminis out there. I wish you have a really great connective month with your birthday energies. Remember too to check my other readings, the rising and the moon signs. You could find there are great pieces of advice or information in there as well. We have hostilities, then the door to value, and financial constraints. There's a dichotomy going on right there. So at one moment you're being given something, money or opportunities, and the next they're telling you that there is a mirror event going on. I mean, the numbers even mirror themselves as well. So let's see what the last deck has to tell you. Who do you need to forgive? Perfect timing, and your wish is granted. So I think for the last two ones down here, there's a lot in here about, you know, finding some sort of success or that your energies are being looked after, and so are your thoughts as well. So if we start up with the Four of Autumn, we are going to be reading down through the columns. So this is the Four of Pentacles. Now the Four of Pentacles can often be seen in the traditional tarot as a person who is holding on tightly to their money and may be a bit concerned about it, or thinking that they're being ripped off one way or another, or doesn't want to invest or spend, or is counting their money. So there's quite a lot in this reading here that's got money tied up to it one way or another. So there's a possibility some of you have money on your mind, so it's whether the way you're investing it, using it, spending it, keeping it, could be also tied up with jobs. It could be tied up with other things like your properties or your investments, or it could even be tied up with other people. So your money at the moment might be involved with other people. You may have gone into some sort of scheme, or you may have purchased something with a group of people or with another partner, or like a business even, or a property or a big ticket item that you're worried about or concerned about, or there could be, you know, something undercurrents going on with it. Anyhow, coming back to this, the Four of Autumn, it says manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save, and help out those who are less fortunate. It's an interesting theory, that, because it often tells us if we are feeling a bit anxious about our own funds or money or lack of, the more we give out, the more the universe responds to that. So if any of you have been feeling financial restraints or commitments, it's really difficult when you do feel a bit impinged that way. But if you give something, just a small thing like a gift of gratuity to someone else or something else, or a charity, or someone in need, that comes back to you. That's the energy you're giving out. So you're freeing up any feeling of tightness involved in money. So it is actually a really invaluable little point right in that very first card. So it might be worth listening for those of you who have financial issues. We come down here and we see hostilities. So again, this is often when there are people around you who are a little bit peeved, or have, you know, like an axe to grind, and they want to get something said. So it could be work colleagues. So a lot of this could be taking place within a business scenario, some sort of partnership, or a career stage. So any of these things might be going on around you. So I think for June, it might pay you to be a little bit cautious, but don't let yourself get too uptight or anxious about it, because that's kind of what this card is up here. You know, there's no good worrying about an issue. It's better to sit down logically and strategically think of ways of solving things. Now, Gemini, you're completely capable of that with your high intellect and your brain that never stops moving. You know, all you air signs are the same. You have this wonderful capacity to put logic into all of your situations. You do have to be a bit careful about how you use your words or choose to take action. So I think this month there's some cautionary stuff around for you guys, just about being careful of who you're speaking with, who you're dealing with, and how you're dealing with the situations. So if any hostilities do crop up, just take caution in the words you say, because some of you literally could get involved in like a when somebody has a suit against you, a defamation suit, or something about something you've said or done, and someone takes, you know, remorse against it and decides to sue you over it. There's something like that going on for some of you. So you've got to be a bit careful about how you tread this month with the things that you say, the people you meet with, the way you deal with your money and stuff like that. So I think there's a background warning here for you that you can choose to ignore or take on board. Really, it's entirely up to you. They're saying there's two choices. You can either, you know, make your own decisions, or you can take on some of this preemptive messages that are coming through the reading. So this hostilities card could be someone who's cross with you over a deal that was done, or a situation, or a partnership, or maybe a work colleague or a boss or someone working under you. They're cross and they want some sort of reparation. And down here it says, who do you need to forgive? And it says, as you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes come true. You know, the whole reading down here, perfect timing, wishes coming true, wishes coming true. So don't let the small stuff stop your forward growth. Don't get caught up in this moment of tension or other people's hostilities or the way they're behaving. It's not all about you. I can see that there's a lot of other silly people around you doing silly stuff that I don't know what's wrong with the planet at the moment, but there's just stuff going on. So just try to work your way out of it. Try to keep your head down, you know, work hard, keep your nose out of other people's business, and if someone still wants to have a piece of you, look, try and work on it. Try and work on allowing forgiveness in your life if there have been relationship issues or breakups or trouble at work. Try to just go, okay, we all have bad days, I may have said something wrong, or I may have misinterpreted the situation and taken angst against this person when I perhaps didn't need to, so I'll let it go. Just let it go. And in doing that, we come to the second column, and this 9 of Swords up here is, it says unfounded fear. Focusing on the worst case scenario, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. And I think that's kind of carrying on from this column here. You're taking it all with you and you're really building it up to something that it probably isn't. So this is important when you get messages like this in a reading, to try and listen to them, and as I said before, use some logic, ground yourself, slow yourself down, do some meditation, make sure you're getting enough rest and sleep, don't burn yourself out. The 9 of Swords, or the 9 of Winter, can also mean issues at night. Some of you may have insomnia, you may be going through periods of nightmares. This could be hormone related, or it could be just something bigger talking to you, so sort of like your higher self, or your integrity values aren't being met, or you feel like you may have let yourself down, or someone around you has let you down. There's feelings like this around often when the 9 of Swords comes into play. So as I said, this is very much about slowing things down, not feeling too over anxious, not focusing on fear. So becoming more positive, calm, balanced, resting enough, exercising enough, having the right food and diet, maintaining equilibrium and balance. And we've talked about balance up here as well. And then underneath, you see, you had the daughter value. So somewhere, if you've had financial difficulties or worries, there's something coming to alleviate that. There's either support through universal means such as your celestial helpers, or possibly through people around you that are prepared to either back you or loan money to you. You may have applied for a loan and it may be approved. You may come into a small windfall or an inheritance. You may get a pay rise. You may have applied for a new job and had been waiting to hear on that. And you may be successful and start a new job with a higher pay increase. Some of you may have been trying to start a new business, so you may have been waiting for that to come through. You may have had tax glitches or accountant glitches, or you may have had to apply for a business IRD number and you've been waiting and waiting, and it feels as though there's free flow coming, but you've been focusing on all the bad stuff. You've been worrying about the other stuff and not putting enough energy into the positives, because there is positive there. So change your focus and change your direction. Perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. So yeah, that's a big part of this whole thing. Don't get stuck in this moment in time where there might be a bit of glitchy stuff going on. Move yourself forward. Propel your energies into a positive space. Take with you all the good stuff. Focus on it, format it, grow it, really perpetuate it as you go forward. So this Prince of Winter over here, the Prince of Swords, if you like, he is intellectual, determined, focused and impulsive. So this is your energy anyhow, Gemini. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problems. Wow, thank you. That's just clarified everything I have been telling you. And I hadn't read the card up until then, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's just reiterating what I said. And it says the need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes coming. So I think some of you have almost given up hope on a situation. You might have felt that there had been a lot of stalling energies going on, that it's been really hard work to get this door to open, but you push another little bit harder and wow, boom, the door races open and you go flowing through, exactly like this little ferret or whatever he is there, his snow creature. When the pages arrive in our reading like that, they're always messengers of quite new change and ideas coming our way. So they're great responses to setting up new directions in life, new opportunities coming in. You just have to be aware of them and, you know, keep your eye out. So we do come back to this one here, the financial restraints. It's a bit of a pain that one turned up where it did. It is almost, as I said, these two are, you know, bouncing off each other. So it's like one moment it's here, the next moment it's gone. I think you just have to be aware of hidden opportunities and aware of which one to take. Some of you may get offered one or two different opportunities around money, and one of them might not be right. So you have to do a little bit of due diligence about which offer to take or which direction to go in. But again, we have down here, your wish is granted. So what you've asked for is coming true. So have a little bit of faith, I think, for you guys, Gemini. Be prepared to put a bit of effort in June to ground yourself, think logically, act decisively, let go of any hostilities or anger or resentments over other people or relationships or situations, regardless of whether it's career or work or love or personal, and be prepared to move forward. So it's definitely about other people in the reading as well for you for the month, but it is about how you handle the situations with other people in particular. And certainly don't let yourself get hung up on stress or worry. Some of you, as I said, with this sleeping problem or things going on at night, there might also be other issues that come to you in the night time. So some of these worries you've got might have to do with nighttime dealings one way or another, whether you're out and about doing stuff at night or with people, or it's contracts being signed and it happens overnight or in the nighttime hours. This could also be some of the things that are playing on your mind. Overall, I think it's a grounded reading, and it's just one for you to make sure you utilize all the positive messages that are coming and focus on the positives. So let's see for your last card what particular light activated energy you're going to receive from the Keepers of the Light. This is for Gemini for June. Yeah, well, that's nice. That kind of reiterates the whole scenario again. So that's Kali Ma facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding, and this is your chance to soar. So once again, you've been given a really positive affirmation and a positive way forward if you have been worried or in a place of fear, whether it was finances, relationships, opportunities, career, anything. So that lovely saying, face the fear and do it anyway, could be something that you guys could really focus on and just put your best foot forward and go, yep, I'm going to do this and I'm going to succeed. And it could take a lot of effort and time and energy, but I think it's really worth it for you as you move forward into the, other second half of the year coming. So for all of you who have a birthday in the month of June, I wish you all a wonderful happy birthday and much celebration and connection to your higher self and answers that you've been questioning, and direction and ways forward. I hope you receive all of those as the month progresses. Hey, thanks for tuning in to watch and listen, guys. I love reading your comments, and I love that you sub the channel as well. So have a wonderful happy June and happy birthday to you all. Namaste.